No, Aidan Hutchinson is fucking back. I can't wait to see him because this is a guy. The reason why it was so heartbreaking is how much he dedicates himself to the game, like from what he eats to how he takes care of his body. I mean, we loved him on the Amon-Ra Brown podcast, but he was like, "Hey, in the podcast, I'm only giving you 30. I got to do the cryo. I got to ice my body. Then we got team dinner. Like he's really regimented and all about the fucking love of the game. And so it's very sad to see that happen because he loves the fucking game.
Yeah.
That's why he's dedicated that much to it. So to have it taken away from him, the version of him that we're gonna get back, Justin. The version of him that we're gonna get back is gonna be fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, and you love to see it. So when Aidan Hutchinson says things like that, we have Doc on, obviously Dr. Pierce. He talks about it a lot. When a young guy like this goes through this kind of injury in his career, it can really bring out the best of him because you're not thinking about that kind of body control or that kind of rehab or things you got to do for your body before you have an injury like this. But now that he has the injury, he's going to be, in the cold tub. I'm sure he was doing it to a certain level, but when you get an injury, you have to lock in even more, and that will bring out the best in you physically. And I think we're going to see that out of Aidan Hutchinson. He said, he hasn't even begun to peak. Like, this guy is going to come in next year. I think we're going to see something we've never seen before. This guy is going to be a fucking animal, man. I can't wait for Hutch to get on the field. And like I said, I'm going to put an irresponsible amount of money on Hutchinson to record a sack week one against the Packers because in Lambeau, he is going to be so ready.
He hasn't played the Packers since the Thanksgiving Day Massacre.
Yeah.
Where he was getting triple teamed, quadruple teamed. And now, Marcus Davenport, if you survive training camp, you're not going to be able to do that.
You
gotta believe. And he also had this to say, too. We'll get to it. Play him return to form, if you got that one.
Yes, I do.
This is the one that got me hyped.
The pace that you were on, realizing what kind of season you were having. Let's be honest, you were on an MVP, season. Is there any extra motivation having that taken away from you the way it was heading into this year to pick up where you left off or maybe even exceed what you were doing last year?
Yeah, I would say there's motivation not from it getting taken away, but me putting that on tape, and I had a lot of growth in those first 5 games to where I feel like you evolve as a player and things were clicking at a high level, and I had a lot of thoughts at the time that were like, if I'm thinking about a golf swing, you have the good swing thoughts going on. Like, that's kind of pass rush, and I have these good pass rush thoughts, good things going on, and I feel like that's just going to carry over, and I'm going to continue to build on that. And so I think a lot of people, believe that is kind of like my ceiling, but I still believe that, I'm going to continue to push for those greater heights. And, I'm 24, I'm still a young dude, and I think I have a lot of, I don't think that's the peak. That's the point.
He's not just talking about returning to form. He's talking about leveling up from there. He said it's not done. He said that wasn't the peak. The 7.5 sacks in 5 games that we saw wasn't the peak. The 4 sacks he had in the single game against Baker Mayfield and the playoff caliber Tampa Bay Buccaneers wasn't the best form of Aidan Hutchinson you've seen. And he knows his body more than anybody else. I fucking believe every single word he's saying. And I can't wait, man. He's been saying it all offseason. The biggest acquisition any team could have made is a healthy Aidan Hutchinson. And that's exactly what the Detroit Lions are getting.
Yeah, he is a superstar. He is the guy that I believe is going to lead the NFL in sacks next year. And I expect him to go out there and just absolutely dominate from week 1 because that's who he is, because that's what he is. He is that blue chip pass rusher. We knew what we saw. You saw enough of it last year to be like, okay, yeah, this guy's going to be a problem for a while. And you might be able to get him on a little bit of a discount because he doesn't have the multiple double-digit seasons or the defensive player of the years or the first-team All-Pros that some of these other guys we saw getting paid. So that might be a cause to get him for a little cheaper. And I think he's going to go out this year.
That could be another thing, too. If he doesn't get that contract this year.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think he's going to get
it. And Aidan Hutchinson, hungry for football, and a contract year combination.
Yeah.
Fucking deadly. I don't know if he gets it because he might want the top money, and Brad might be saying, "We got to see it first." Just to be fair, you were hurt.
Yeah,
Like I feel like that's one they're trying to work on right now. If it were as easy as like, yeah, we want to pay you top dollar, it would have been done by now. You know what I'm saying?
Aidan Hutchinson's out for blood this season. Like I think he's on track. He's going for Defensive Player of the Year. I don't think anyone's stopping him.
That's why it makes me so sad because like last year was his year, dude.
Absolutely.
He would have.
Bro, it was the Lions.
It was the Lions' year,
We went 15-2 with half a roster.
and we were struck down by the gods of football, the injury gods.
For whatever reason.
Aidan
shit in
Hutchinson
Detroit.
would have won the Defensive Player of the Year and broke the sack record last year if he stayed healthy. He was with the quarterbacks he had lined up, with the offensive tackles he would have been facing, with already having 7.5 through 5 games. He would have finished with like 24 sacks, 25 sacks on the season. You're playing the Bears twice. You got the Jaguars. You got Green Bay again. You had the Tennessee Titans.
Oh my
like,
God.
dude, he would have been. It would have been insane.
Can you imagine that Titans game if you had Hutch?
You would have been up by 50, and they would have been throwing the ball every
You might
play.
be able to throw some
And Aidan
defensive
Hutchinson would have had
touchdowns
8
in there
sacks in
on
that
top of
game
the
alone.
special teams.
Will Levis would have retired
Will
mid-game.
Levis would have retired. He would have been beaten over the head with a hammer.
Nicholas Duncan, my 2-year-old, just launched a toy like 30 feet in the air. He's going to be quarterback for sure. Proud dad.
Shout out.
Shout out Nicholas Duncan. Shout out baby
Nicholas
Duncan.
and his quarterback soon to be.
So where are you putting the over-under?
On Hutch?
Yeah.
Sacks?
Sack total. Because I'm bought in.
Yeah.
You can say something crazy. I might believe it.
I mean, Spenny, is this the
38?
sports book? 47 and a half. Is this the sports book or Spenny the fan setting it?
Let's get both.
All right, sports book, I would set it at
18.
no.
It's too high.
Way
I'd
too
say
high.
like-
Probably like 13 and a half.
Too high?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably like
Too high?
What does the sports book have it at right now? Probably
17 and a half.
Like, do they?
Too
No, I don't know.
I was gonna say 17 and a half. That was gonna be the Spenny.
I'm not even fucking
fan
playing
version.
around. I feel like he can go out there and hit it.
I think he's going to.
It's going to be low, though. Sportsbook will be low.
That's what I'm saying. Sportsbook will probably be like 13 and a half, 12 and a half, something like that.
But Spinny the fans,
Many of the fans is 17 and a half.
yeah, that's profit.
Yeah.
It feels right. I don't know.
Yes, I think he's going to be.
This guy said, whoa, not that high. I said 18 and a half, and he's like, whoa, not that high. Don't be
28
crazy.
sacks, 110 pressures, and 90 solos, says Phil. The greatest defensive season of all time we're about to see upon us. Hey, I like the positive Spenny. It's working out, man. I got a lot of things working for me right now. Casey Mize is probably pitching on Saturday. Positive Spenny's making things happen. So, Phil, I like it.
Where you at, Lucas?
No, but I would say 17 and a half.
For
As a fan.
sportsbook or as a fan,
Let's do both.
I want to see him get 20. Like I think I'd set him.
I'm not mad at that at all.
I'd probably set him around.
What would you put your
17,
money
18.
on? Like, what's the highest you put your money on?
I mean, if we saw him get 22 after last season, if his leg's holding up, there's no reason he can't break the sack record. Like if we see him get 25, I mean, the city of Detroit would be up in flames.
Yeah, 25 would be insane.
Yo.
So what you
Right
saying?
now-
18 and a half?
Probably 18 and a half. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
I'm not mad at that. I think you could easily. I don't want to say easily.
As of
but
March 5th on DraftKings Sportsbook, you know who's the favorite to win Defensive Player of the Year?
Aidan Hutchinson.
Aidan Hutchinson. Plus 650.
Damn, I kind of
Over
wish
TJ
that, I
Watt.
wish he wasn't.
That's
'cause I wanna
over
put some money
Myles
on it.
Garrett, over Micah Parsons, Will Anderson, Nick Bosa, Max Crosby, Jalen Carter, Aidan Hutchinson, the favorite.
And you know why? Because of this video. Big 9-7. Because Hutch walked up to that podium and said, "I'm back, bitches."
All right, what can I say? The demon's home pussy. Jordan Love, count your fucking days. I know you get to shitting bricks when Big 9-7.
Big 9-7 back in the house.
9-7.
I mean, dude, are we catching feels in May for this Detroit Lions team already? Because fucking Aidan Hutchinson being first in Defensive Player of the Year already, that's got me chubbed up. That's got me quarter chub, not going to lie.
I feel like I'm the guy that reels back on these type of conversations. I'm not.
Let it
Like,
loose.
I'm in. I'm in for this one.
I mean, we saw what he was last year.
It was fucking insane. 4 sacks in one game. Spencer.
And against a good team.
I don't think I've ever
Playoff
seen that in my life outside of that situation.
And that wasn't Jacksonville that he was playing against. That was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a division-winning team, with one of the best offensive linemen in football and one of the best centers in football.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Hutch wasn't seeing either of those guys, but still, they count.
We have a rookie now, too.
Huh?
We're not a rookie anymore. The big man. I can't think of his name.
I don't know, but
He made a fucking... He's their center, actually.
yeah. Jansen was their center.
So I want to just
driving crazy.
throw this out there. I'm with you guys,
Steve
but
Avila.
just to extend the conversation a little bit because we got some time before break. I want to see. Do you guys think that there can be any kind of slow start with Aleem missing, do you think that will affect
No.
Hutch's
No.
numbers?
D-
Because they
Tackle was
literally
so
went out
deep.
and got Aleem 2.0. To be honest with you,
Yeah, but
I love
I mean-
Aleem. I'm a big Aleem guy.
Yeah.
I think Tyleek's faster and more athletic than Aleem McNeil.
He
But
is.
but
That's
will
why
he be
he's
better
first-round
day
pick.
one?
Like Tyleek is a first-round pick version of Aleem McNeil.
Right, but will he be
Yes.
ready day one?
Yes.
Because a defensive
Okay.
tackle a lot of times
And
he's
he's-
disrupting. You
he's
don't have to
played a lot of-
necessarily-
he's played-
that's the number of trade of him is playing the run.
And he played a lot of
real.
snaps at Ohio State, big leverage games, championship games, playoff games in hostile environments. He's not like this isn't a guy that's only played a year in college and then sat out a year and he's ready to go. No, he's played a lot of time against the best of the best when you look at Big Ten SEC. So yeah, dude, and I talked about it on BDE, and we've talked about it a bunch of times how they designed the defense.
Graham Barton.
Graham Barton.
That was
yeah.
driving me nuts.
Who does Steve Avila play for? Is that the Cowboys?
No clue. Oh, he plays for the Rams.
Rams, yeah. I
Just back and forth.
yeah, you're right.
Hot start, huh?
I'm sorry. Huh? Fuck, what was I saying? God damn it.
I don't know what you're saying.
Oh, yeah, they designed the pass rush. We've talked about it plenty of times. To create havoc on the one side to push everything
Yes.
towards Hutch. And that's another guy in Tyleek Williams, who he's not going to be the guy that gives you 10 sacks, but he's the guy that's going to be pushing the center or the guard into the quarterback's lap, so he
Yeah.
has to roll out to Hutch. And Hutch is going to be waiting for him.
Yeah, to answer that, Chris, I don't think they're looking to the defensive tackles for quarterback pressure, more so than to stop the run to create passing scenarios where that man that you just saw get fucking eaten.
So you're not worried about that, it perhaps impacting him. Not saying that he can't get the
I'm
number,
not.
but
I'm
that
not.
it might be
I
a
think
slower
Tyleek's
start.
ready to go. Watching what I saw, his athleticism alone, he might get got in some like double team situations I saw, like in run situations, which like I feel like happens to a lot of people. Yeah, I'm not really tripping on that. It may happen more so in the beginning of the year, but I don't think it's going to be a detriment at all.
And any type of rust you expecting from Hutch or no?
No,
Yeah, I'm not either.
He's ready to go, dude. He's
I'm
had
not
you
either.
knock that shit off. in
He's
training
had the
camp.
longest offseason.
He's had the longest offseason.
offseason.
This dude is like Luke said, man. He is going to be out for blood. This guy is going to be hungry. He is going to go out there and he's going to just rip people apart. I love Aidan Hutchinson, dude.
If Hutch is going for 20-plus sacks this season, we have to have a serious conversation about the Lions going undefeated. Like,
Okay, well, hold on.
That's aggressive.
All right, whoa, hold on.
I'm just saying, like,
You didn't tell me you were bringing shrooms. I would have took some.
we went 15-2 without Hutch. Our D-line was in shambles.
We weren't playing this schedule.
We were
though.
playing the schedule, though.
I don't know.
We would have went undefeated last year if we had
know.
Hutch. We would have beat the
Listen,
Bucks.
I love Hutch. I love Hutch. I see them
We
against
honestly
Lamar.
we couldn't beat the Bucks with Hutch having the best game of his career.
Lunchbox, easy. Did you see the Bucks' run defense could possibly see Watson and Veda? Yeah, they grabbed that big ass defensive tackle from Florida.
Yeah.
the one that fucking had to stitch two jerseys together.
That guy's not going to play in the league.
I don't know, man. They say he's looking pretty good, but it's still
Yeah,
it's
we
like
say
mini
Roger
camp.
Martin looked pretty good last year.
We said one play to be fair. We weren't like, oh, here he comes. Yeah, we said he lost weight.
Best shape of his life.
How many tackles or sacks you think Ty would get? I'm not saying I don't think he'll produce so much in that matter. More than like his job as defensive tackle, just be disruptive.
Yeah, dude, guys. Like
his sack-
defensive tackles are not number stuff. They're not stat sheet stuffers. They are block eaters. Tyleek is an eater. He's going to go out there and he is going to command double teams. And if they don't double team him, he's going to be pushing that interior offensive lineman into the lap of the quarterback. He's going to have to roll out of the pocket, and Hutch is going to be waiting for him with a big bear hug to get him on the floor.
To put it in context, DJ Reader was highly praised as a great signing, as a great free agent. His career high in single season sacks was
Last year.
3. And it was last year. Like don't expect the crazy sack number from. I think if it's going to come from any of those two, it probably would be Tyleek, though. I will say that.
Yeah.
Reader's
I mean,
more of a run stuff, big body.
I said it on BDE. You're going to have Hutch, who has 17-plus sacks on the season.
Yeah.
And then the only way I could see another guy being double-digit sacks on this team is if they re-sign Zadarius Smith or if Marcus Davenport does play 17-plus games.
Bring back Zadarius, man.
Like Lee
including
McNeil's career
playoffs.
high is 5, so I'll put the.
And if Aleem finished those seasons out, if he didn't get injured, he'd probably have 8, maybe double-digit sacks. But like I said,
Put a number down for Tyleek
for Tyleek,
Yeah.
next year,
this year.
this year, 3.5.
Yeah.
4.
That's where I'm at. Like
Yeah.
3.
That's what it's going to be. It's
2.5.
like the Eagles.
Because the Leafs can come back too, and they're going to be splitting time at that point.
It's going to be like the Eagle. You look at the big pass rusher, he's got 17 plus sacks, and then you're going to have 4 or 5 guys with 4 or 5 sacks.
Yep.
And like I said, unless Marcus Davenport can stay healthy, then you'd get double-digit sacks there. Or they re-sign Zadarius Smith, then I would expect double-digit sacks out of him.
And to Lunchbox points about big-ass defensive tackles, they also have my man out of Georgia, Jordan Davis.
Yes.
And I don't know if you guys saw, type it in Frank Ragnow versus Jordan Davis. He took that man where the fuck he was.
Frank Ragnow was
Frank
walking
Ragnow
Jordan
is a
Davis
beast.
around the field.
It was honestly insane to see.
One-on-one, too. Not like they were not double-teaming.
It was defying the laws of physics, to be honest with you. It was kind of crazy.
He was walking him down the line of scrimmage. It was such an amazing game.
Shout out to Frank.